Hello everyone, during this video I'll be showing you my best tips to designing a unique level in your games. So designing a level can be difficult at times, especially if you're developing a game that involves many levels. Maybe you're developing a 2D platformer and it involves maybe 100 levels, and you might find it difficult to find unique ideas to keep on adding levels to your game. So this video is dedicated to helping you finding unique ideas for your games. What I usually do when I'm trying to get inspired to develop a new level, I usually try to look around in my environment. Maybe I try to Google different words, different stuff, or maybe go on to a generator that brings up different words. And using those words, I might come up with a new level idea. And starting off with that idea, I will name my level, which is something that I find crucial. Naming your level is absolutely necessary at the start and building on top of that. And here I have a level that I've designed just to demonstrate this example. And you can see that I've named this level Diamond. And I've started off with the idea of diamond, which is something, it's a word that I found on Google. And based off of that, I designed an entire level out of that. So I started small and started with this small shape in the middle and shaped it as a diamond, and slowly but steadily evolved it and started from the basic idea and added more and more stuff as I went along. So it was the starting idea, and then after placing some stuff, more ideas came to my head, which made this process easier for me to carry on doing instead of just having the level design, the entire level into my head from the start. So I essentially started small and let the ideas kept on going while it's developing the level, which I think it's easier doing instead of having everything planned out from the start. So that is what I usually do. Try to get inspired from objects from Google or your environment. Then name my level based off of that and try to create a level out of that word. Start off small and get inspired as I go along. Another example of this is this level. So this level, it was based off a free fall. So the player starts off up here and has to free fall from the starting position here, free falls down there, and then has to free fall all the way down here to find its destination. So the entire map consists of multiple free falls left and right, and this was all based from the starting title that I've made out of this level, which was freefall. And another thing that I usually try to do when developing a level is try to make this level memorable. So uh, if possible, will allow the player to be able to describe this level using a few words. So this will be like this level was consisted of multiple free falls or something like that, or maybe in terms of a player, it will maybe describing it as falling from the sky or stuff like that. So it helps out making the level more interesting and more memorable to the player. So that is one thing that I usually do when developing a game. Another thing that I did for this specific game was using lights to guide the player. So I usually try to guide the player towards their destination, and this game's theme was lighting. So I've used lighting to guide the player towards the end. So starting off, you'll see that it has a green light, and depending on the level, it has different colors. But you can see that the lighting kind of leads towards the end, which is here. So using the lights, you can see that I'm guiding the player to where they're supposed to go. So that is another thing that I try to do, finding different ways to guide the player, and that's obviously based on the genre of your game. So it will be up to you to think, hey, this is something that I could be using. For my game, it might be the position of the buildings, maybe the orientation, stuff like that, that will allow the player to find their way to what they're supposed to be going towards. Something else that I sometimes use when developing a new level is I try to sketch out on maybe a piece of paper or maybe on the an application that allows me to draw my level layout to help me visualize in a quick matter of minutes my level without having to actually make the level on my editor. So instead I draw the level and see if this will actually work or not, and then carry on with the level. So drawing out your level can be essential when prototyping. It will save you some time and will actually help you visualize better what you have in your head and the idea that you have in your head. So definitely drawing out your level, especially if you're an artist. I'm not an artist, so my drawing is very simple, just sketches and boxes left and right. And I usually don't focus on the minor details, but more on the generic style of the level and what it's trying to do. So I wouldn't, for example, include the collectibles and stuff like that. I might have put the starting position here where the spawning will be, so it will be somewhere here, and then the destination and the main parts of the level in the middle. I wouldn't, for example, include the stairs that I have here, etc., and or the lightings and stuff like that. So these are minor details that you can figure out as you're developing your level. Instead, focus on the more crucial parts and the core elements into your game and draw those out and see how that feels and how that looks. If it looks good and you think that will make a good level, you can carry on with that. So that is another thing that I'm definitely would suggest you doing. Lastly, you can play around with your levels that you have already and see what you think this game does well and doesn't do well enough, and see how you can use the existing ideas and what other ideas would you out your game to make it more interesting. And playing your levels can really help out in generating new ideas or improve the existing ideas for your game. So definitely doing that, and also allowing other people to play your game can definitely help you out with seeing the perspective and how other people play your game and other people's opinions on your level design and your game in general. So definitely doing that. I will definitely recommend you doing that. To summarize, when you're trying to come up with new unique ideas for your level in your game, I would suggest getting inspired from your surroundings or the internet to come up with new, unique ideas for your game. And don't be afraid to be creative. You can turn anything into a unique level. For example, you're eating pizza, you can turn that pizza into a level. Obviously, it depends on the genre of what you're developing, but you get the idea, hopefully. And the other thing that I'm going to suggest you is naming your level at the start of developing it, and you can try and sketch out a prototype of your level to make sure that you have a basic idea or a good idea in your head. You don't have to stress too much onto the minor details of the level. Focus on the core elements that will make up for your level, and then drill down into the minor details as you are developing the level instead. And the last thing that I would suggest is play testing your existing level and evaluate what you've done right and what you've done wrong, or what you can change or add to the existing mechanics or levels and improve them as you go along. This will be better if you have play testers that is not included into your developing team, so you can get an outside view of how your developing your game goes. So external opinions are definitely great. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out the description for more. Goodbye.